Hey guys, what is up, and welcome back to another episode of Miles with Ace Attorney Investigations. In the last episode, after examining the crime scene, we cross-examined Francisca and kind of heard what she thinks about the crime scene, and we tried to prove the existence of a third person. But then Callisto Yu also came in and tried to corroborate Francisca's story and tried to explain how one of them could have killed the other, but we're still trying to insist that there is a third person, and also Callisto Yu seems to be involved in this whole incident somehow because of her, I believe it's her sister? Can't remember, to be honest. But CCU, they both had the same last name, so one of her relatives was involved in the first KG8 incident, and now this is being called the second KG8 incident. So, yeah, lots of interesting stuff going on, lots of confusing things, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get going. September 10th, 4:45 p.m., District Court, 3rd floor lobby. Sir, what is to become of the trial into the Condopian Embassy staff member's murder? Indeed, since both the suspect and the prosecutor are now dead. The case will be dismissed. In other words, the trial ends here prematurely.
Ha! Looks like you'll have to wait just a little bit longer for your big debut.
I suppose it can't be helped. The evidence for this trial will be transferred to you in a little while. Sir, what do you think about the murder of the Condopian Embassy staff member? And the murders of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell? What an outrageous circus it has all become. That Faraday brought it all upon himself with his naivete. An outrageous circus? Right, sir. I grow weary of this topic, Edgeworth. I will have you assigned to a different case.
Papa! You'll come and watch my courtroom debut next, won't you?
I'll consider it. Sir, if I may, please allow me to continue with my investigation. Whatever for. I know that there is already a suspect in the murder of Mr. Faraday and Mr. Rell. However, there is not enough evidence to prove that it was he who committed the crime. I'd like to continue investigating in order to find the perfect proof of his guilt. The perfect proof? Don't make me laugh. A worthless person like you has no right to claim such a thing as perfection.
Papa, who do you think is the real culprits behind these murders? Miles and I, we're competing to see who can find the real killer first. Plus, being able to investigate a real crime scene is a really rare opportunity. It would give us some real-life experience, wouldn't you agree?
If you want to investigate this case that much, then do as you wish. Then, you're allowing us to continue? In court, your top priority is to win, and a solid investigation is one of the keys to winning. We have to make sure you become recognized as a first-rate prosecutor, don't we? It wouldn't be very interesting otherwise. I'm returning home now. Edgeworth, Francisca, see to it I'm not disturbed, save for the results of your competition. Yes, sir.
Of course, Papa.
Francisca, thank you.
What are you thanking me for? Your logic earlier was built on that scruffy detective's lie. That means the competition is still on.
Yes, just as you wished.
I couldn't let you get soft so easily. Now then, let's see how well you fare on the investigation from here, Miles Edgeworth.
I know I don't have enough information yet, so my first order of business will be to question anyone involved with this case. Hello, Gumshoe. I would like to speak with you. It's a bookshelf. What's this? Judge's Trial Exchange Log? It appears to be a journal where the various judges share their thoughts and ideas. The real daily lives of the judges are laid out here on these pages.
There's nothing about the courts in here. It's just page after page of unrelated drivel.
Judging by the content, they aren't very enthusiastic about the courthouse's daily menu, and it would appear that the fried oysters are a favorite.
I have no use for such foolishly foolish words from that foolishly foolish crowd.
Someone please assure me that this is not the true state of this country's judiciary. I examined the wrong thing. Gumshoe!
It wasn't me, I tell you! I didn't do anything wrong!
Yes, I understand, so let's just calm down, okay, buddy? I doubt I'll get anything useful from the detective while he is this agitated. Damn it. the fuck are you doing? Sir, nothing to report, sir! Is there no one who will make this man take responsibility for the actions on the job?
Looks like we have no choice but to report this to Papa. Then this guard can have fun in a waking nightmare after being awakened from his dream.
Actually, let's not. I kind of feel sorry for him now. What the fuck are you doing, sir? I can't stop the water, sir! It seems that the man who was here earlier broke it by drinking from it too much.
Bunch of fools who pretended to not see the foolishly foolish actions of a foolishly foolish fool.
Well then, why don't you lend the officer a hand?
As if I should have anything to do with this. Besides, such water-drinking fool's mouth is the only thing that this officer should be covering. Let's give that officer a description as a water guzzler later.
She seems to have quite the grudge. It sounds to me like someone wanted a drink. Miss Yu.
Oh, it's you, Edgeworth. And who are you?
Wait, you were at the crime scene just now, weren't you?
You should be disbarred for not knowing who I am. I am Francisco von Karma, and I am about to become the successor to the family name.
About to? I guess that means that for now, you're still just another kid. In which case, it's only natural that I didn't know who you are. Why are you whipping me? Anyway, it looks like they're planning to hold the evidence a bit longer. There's one thing I can't stand, it's waiting. I'm terribly sorry, but I have a few more questions to ask of you. Look at you! Eyebrows scrunched with lines on your forehead. And then to ask of you... What exactly is so funny? Sorry, I'm just bad at dealing with a super serious atmosphere. Apparently, they failed to teach you proper behavior at a crime scene in law school. I feel so much better now. So, what is it you want to talk about? I'd like to inquire as to where you were at the time of the murder. We were in defendant lobby number 1 the whole time up until we heard the gunshot. And by we, I mean Mr. Bad. If you don't believe me, feel free to ask him yourself. You were with Detective Bad? Why? We had a little something to discuss, that's all. So I take it that you are acquaintances with Detective Bad? Yeah, he was the detective in charge of the KG-8 incident. Detective Bad is also related to that incident? That's right. He was the one who was supposed to protect my sister, Cece. But you know how that turned out, don't you, Edgeworth?
Miles Edgeworth, I have no idea what you two are talking about. I've heard of the KG-8 incident from my papa. But how does that case relate to you, Miss Yu?
The victim of that case, CCU, was my little sister. You're making that super serious face again. I'm fine, really. I just make it a point to rub some more salt in his wounded pride every time I see him. The way she talks about doing that as she laughs away is kind of creepy. Oh, speaking of Mr. Bad, he and Mr. Faraday, I'd say they met up just about every single time the Yatagarasu made a move. It was practically a given that the two would meet up at every one of the crime scenes. I see. He did mention that he is in charge of the Yatagarasu investigation earlier. Maybe I should ask her what she knows about the Yatagarasu in more detail. You claim that at the time of the murder you were with Detective Bad.
But don't you lawyers usually discuss the trial with your clients during a recess?
We do, and that's what I was planning to do. But Mr. Faraday was being rather threatening and dragged Mr. Rell away. After that, Mr. Bad came into lobby number 1, so we just stayed there and talked. And what did you talk with Detective Bad about? Nothing interesting. I just insulted him some. Talked about how the trial was going, and then I insulted him some more. Bloody... When she's not laughing, her mouth seemingly spews nothing but insults. Anyway, Mr. Bad and I were in defendant lobby number 1 when the murders occurred. So I really can't tell you anything about the hallway or lobby number 2. I see. I'd like to ask you a few questions about your client, Mr. Macrell. Now, your client first claimed to be the Yatagarasu, is that correct? Yeah. Once I heard that it was the Yatagarasu that I made off with the evidence from KG-8, I began to ask Mr. Rell all sorts of questions, but to no avail. Turns out Mr. Rell was not the Yatagarasu. He had just made that up. He made it up? Mr. Well's crime was caught on tape by the security cameras, but there's no footage of him sneaking into the Cadopian embassy itself.
Hold on for just 1 second. Then, you mean to say that you knew he was not the real Yatagarasu? And says he was just another cold-blooded killer, and you were ready to defend him?
Yes, that's right. I see. So a defense lawyer is actually just someone whose job is to cover for criminals.
That's why defense lawyers are so detestable, but they are no match for us Von Karmas.
I don't believe it! You're serious! Why did you say that face for something really worth being serious about? And Edgeworth, do you remember what I said earlier? I have my own agenda. I'm still on the hunt for leads regarding the KG8 incident, alright? And for that, you have not a single qualm about defending a known killer? Don't put words in my mouth. I said no such thing. The only way I had to get close to Mr. Well was to be his lawyer. I had no intention of covering for him, ever. So don't you dare suggest that I was going to. I'm sorry. Forgive my rashness. Miss Yu, I was wondering if you could tell me about the Yatagarasu.
The Yatagarasu, huh? I don't really know much about that character myself.
But I do get a lot of consultation requests from companies to defend them. Requests from companies? The Yatagarasu isn't some petty thief out for money, you know.
Alright then. Perhaps the Yatagarasu is in the business of stealing people's lives?
You're not very funny or witty, are you, little Miss Von Karma? Franziska, be careful about who you whip. Choose carefully or we may be sued by— No!
There, I chose carefully, just like you wanted.
That just was hilarious, little Missy.
Of course it was.
What is wrong with these two women? Why does my pain give them delight?
And so in the end, what is Yatagarasu? I have to say I had never even heard of this thief when I was in Germany.
The Yatagarasu deals in information, namely in digging out dirt about backroom dealings and the like of companies. The Yatagarasu is a vigilante who steals such info and then makes it public for all to see.
Vigilante or not, this person just sounds like another criminal to me.
I suppose you could put it that way too. But either way, I get a lot more clients now thanks to that thief. Sounds like Miss Yu is profiting nicely. I suppose I've gotten all I can out of Miss Yu. I should move on and speak with Detective Gumshoe now. Gumshoe, are you less angry? Detective Gumshoe.
Hey, it's you, pal. You here? Ouch! As am I.
I don't think you needed to whip him to let him know that.
I didn't do it, pal. I swear on my honor as a detective, I really didn't.
Your words are useless. I place my trust only in the evidence, detective. Once the investigation is fully over, and should we find out that you are the killer, there will be no mercy to be had for you.
Have a heart, pal.
But you're not worried, right? After all, you have nothing to worry about. If you really are innocent, that is.
That's right. Hey, pal, go and do your perfect investigation and get the real killer for me, will ya?
I would have done so, even had you not requested me to, detective. So you and Mr. Faraday had a small meeting last week, did you? And what exactly did you do to make him so angry?
I just hesitated to bad the same thing myself, pal. Turns out he was mad at me on my very first day as a detective. I reported in at my usual post instead of the Criminal Affairs Department. By the time I got down to Criminal Affairs, I was really late. And that's when he gave me that huge speech. I remember doing the same thing as elementary school. On the first day of school every year, I'd always wind up going into my old classroom.
How pathetic for the detective to be compared to a mere school child. You claim to be standing guard in front of the door to lobby number 2 during the recess. However, when did you receive the order to do so, and from whom?
Earlier, at around 3:20, and from Detective Bad Pal. Today's trial took a really crazy turn, so I was told to make sure nothing happened to Mr. Faraday.
And yet, something did happen to him, correct?
It looks like it was a total waste of manpower to assign you to guard duty.
Ow! Your words sting worse than your whip, pal. So it was Detective Bad who ordered him to stand guard, huh? Now then, Detective Gumshoe, is there anything else you'd like to tell me?
Nope, not a thing, pal. In that case, allow us to take a look at what you are carrying on your personage.
Ah! Wait! You can't do that!
There's nothing of any particular value here.
Well, my handcuffs and badge were confiscated by the bed, so, you know. And what is that open envelope I see sticking out of your coat pocket? Hands up, pal!
Just show it to us already.
Ow! Annual bonus check within, $5 total, except there is no check inside. You've had your look, now give it back, pal! It's my first bonus as a brand new detective! I just got it and cashed it in today. I had literally no cash on me up until I did, you know. So that envelope is really special to me. Now give it back!
You don't need rubbish like this. Don't worry, we'll throw it away for you later.
How could you? Oh. I'm sorry, but I need to take him in for questioning now. I think I've asked him just about everything I needed to. No, wait. Since he became a suspect, there was one piece of evidence I should reconfirm. Officer, I ask that you wait a second. I still have one thing I'd like to reconfirm with Detective Gumshoe. Understood. Please make it brief, sir. I want to hear it from the horse's mouth. I must confirm whether or not his testimony about when the crime occurred is the truth. Hello? You told me earlier that you heard no sound other than the gunshot out in the hallway. Is that correct? No mistake about it, pal. Then you are also claiming that no one passed through the hallway either? Is that also correct? Yep! Not even a single lamp passed through that hall while I was on duty. You do realize that the lie you're telling is only making life more difficult for yourself. Huh? Oh. But it's true! I didn't see anyone go through the hallway, and I didn't hear anything else, pal. I bet the killer found a way to kill the two guys that's beyond what I can even imagine. So he intends to continue telling this ridiculous lie. But why would he do so, given the situation he's in? I believe a thorough investigation of the hallway in front of the defendant lobbies is in order. What? Okay. You! No! Oh, she dropped something.
How could you have not noticed that coming?
Wasn't that the child I changed money for earlier?
Thanks! That's exactly what I needed!
Kids can sometimes be so cruel.
It looks like she dropped something.
Swiss roll.
Maybe we should arrest the girl? She might turn out to be a valuable lead.
I believe some sort of punishment may need to be dealt the next time we meet. I believe I've asked all I need to out of this man. Now for Detective Bad and the judge.
We have to confirm who is correct. The judge with that scruff face, right? I suppose we should inspect the hallway in front of lobby number 2 next then.
I suppose so. Shall we head on over, Francisca? September 10th, District Court, hallway. So, did you see anything else? No, I don't think so. I see. Well, thanks for your cooperation. Oh, it's nothing. Just doing my duty as a defender of the law. That'll be all for now. I'll ask again if I have any other questions. Anytime, detective. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have a few loose ends I need to tie up. Oh, you're that new prosecutor Mr. Von Kalmer recommended, right? My name is Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
And I'm Manfred von Karma's daughter, Francisco von Karma. I'm set to become the successor to my genius father any day now, Your Honor.
I see. Mr. New Prosecutor recommended my... Oh! I bit my tongue. Are you alright, Your Honor?
Please feel free to refer to me as just Miss von Karma, Your Honor. As for him, just Edwards is fine.
Apparently somebody doesn't feel that I'm worthy of a proper title. Oh-ho! Very well then, I shall call you Miss von Karma and Mr. Prosecutor Edgeworth. Your Honor, Mr. Edgeworth is fine, sir. Now, about your earlier testimony. Yes? What about it, Mr. Edgeworth? I would like to ask you a few questions about what exactly you saw. All right. After all, it's my duty to clarify my testimony as a defender of the law. I greatly appreciate your cooperation, Your Honor. Now, the first thing I will need to do is figure out that detective's exact movements. Your Honor, I'd like to ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Where were you at the time of the murder? Do you suspect me of something? No, nothing of the sort, Your Honor. Very well, you may continue with your testimony. Your Honor, it's your testimony I'm after. Oh, I had no idea you were chasing after me or my testimony. I'm beginning to sense that I might want to avoid being in a trial run by this judge. You will only be in trials run by this judge. Minus the one trial. Bridge to the Turnabout. In which case you're also a defense attorney, so everything's different there. Oh yeah, and also your first trial. Yeah, not your first trial. Turnabout... Fucking... what was it called? Oh no, the one where Terry falls... The one with Terry falls, that one. That one too. In other words, you can see clearly into this hallway from the men's restroom. When I was going into the restroom, that detective, Gumshoe, is it? Well, he was standing in front of the vending machines buying something from it. However, and this I couldn't believe, when I was about to exit the restroom, there was not a soul in the hallway anymore. Your Honor, if you could please calm down and explain it to me rationally. Well, I'm really sorry. Please let me regain my composure. It was really suspicious. That's what my finally home judge's intuition said. Although, well, until the murders occurred, I just sort of brushed it off. Apparently, this judge doesn't understand the concept of staying calm. Please remain calm. That's probably all I'm going to find out from His Honor. Mr. Edgeworth, may I return to my other duties now? Yes, I'm sorry to have held you up. Thank you for your cooperation, Your Honor. Anytime, Mr. Edgeworth, anytime.
The judges in this country seem rather friendly.
Yes, if not a little wishy-washy. However, I hear that they are known to hand down very fair verdicts. Detective Bad, I have something I wish to inquire about.
Hey, how about doing some actual work, you?
I wish to inquire into Detective Gumshoe's movements during the recess. You're getting in the way of the investigation. I have an order from Mr. von Karma himself. Plus, I still hold investigative authority. So I hear you were the one who called for Detective Gumshoe to come down here. Faraday. That guy was just accused, you know? I just knew something was gonna happen. My detective's instinct told me.
A lot of good, did you? You couldn't even protect one lone prosecutor with it.
Francisca, I think you need to apologize.
I'm sorry.
I'm terribly sorry, Detective Bad. Please continue. I'll kill you. I used the phone on the first floor and called the precinct. I told them to send somebody over. And that detective's the one that showed up. And only upon his arrival did you set Detective Gumshoe to stand guard, Detective Bad? Yeah, I waited for him on the first floor. After he got here, we came up to these defendant lobbies together. As we entered this hallway, we ran into you. She told us that Faraday was really mad, and that he dragged Rel off to lobby number 2 to have a word or something. and that Faraday had said not to let anyone interrupt them. So what choice did I have? All I could do was tell the big lug to stand guard outside. And around what time did all of that take place? Let's see. I think it was about 30 minutes before I heard the gunshot. After giving the big lug his assignment, he never left the hallway, not once.
Oh, and how can you make such a claim?
One of the guards out in this floor's main lobby swore to me he didn't. If the detective never left the hallway, then where did he disappear off to?
That's simple. He must have gone into lobby number 2, just as I suspected.
You and I. We were in lobby number 1 next door. The only one without an alibi is Gumshoe. It would seem that I am missing some key pieces of information. Detective Bad, you also heard the gunshot, did you not? Yeah. I heard it when I was in defendant lobby number 1. That's why I came running toward lobby number 2 together with you. How much time elapsed between you hearing the gunshot and your arrival on the scene? Less than a minute. What were your movements upon hearing the gunshot? I grabbed the big lug who was just walking around in the hall and raced into lobby number 2. And then that's when we discovered the bodies. In that order.
That makes you the discoverer as a crime scene, right?
Yeah, I guess it does, little miss.
I'm about to become a prosecutor very soon. You will treat me with the dignity I reserve, or else.
You wave that thing around anymore, and I'll have you arrested for obstruction, little miss.
You wouldn't dare!
Just joking.
Ugh.
Detective Bad is really something if he can make Francisca behave. Are we about done? Is there anything else I should ask him about? Oh. I'd like for you to tell me the exact time you heard the gunshot. It was around the end of the recess, and the trial was about to start again, I think. He was supposed to make time for himself to transfer the evidence he was holding. But I got the sense he wasn't gonna show for the handoff. So I figured I should go get him, or he'd be late. And just as I thought that, bang, the sound of a gunshot hit my eardrums. So he heard the gunshot right before the trial was about to restart, huh? Are we done here? I don't have any time to waste.
Oh, come on. All you're doing is standing in front of this door, doing nothing.
I get the sense that he is someone investigating this crime scene, or rather that he is keeping us under surveillance. But to what end? Detective Bad, may I ask that you cooperate with us for just a bit longer? I don't have anything else to say to the two of you. You guys were the ones who said you wanted to investigate in the first place.
Fine then, be obstinate. We'll do just as we please. Come on, Niles.
You may no longer be willing to help us, however. May I ask for the forensic scientist cooperation? Do as you like. Okay. The ants are hard at work carrying their food home. It's a marvel that they can pick up such comparatively large objects to their size.
Well, if you want to carry the mighty fun common name and not be squished under it, you better work extra hard just like these ants.
The same goes for you, Francisca. What is this? It's a pink-colored piece of trash made of rubber. Made of rubber? I feel like I've seen something like this before.
Well, all I see is a piece of garbage. But you know, the fact that there is a litter running loose inside this courthouse is simply unforgivable.
It's not like it was I who littered.
Rubbish belongs in a rubbish bin.
No! Francisca! Stop this, please!
What is these black speckles?
I believe it's a pile of ants eating away.
Ooh, that detective. He claims not a single ant slipped by him, and yet there is a whole hill of them.
Ugh! What are you hitting me for?
As a replacement for that pathetic detective.
Ugh. Perhaps I should add this deduction to the detective's growing tab of pay cuts.
Anyway, I wonder what the ants are eating.
From the look and sweet smell of it, pieces of cake and chocolate from a Swiss roll.
Miles Edgeworth. The courthouse is to be kept pristine at all times.
Ugh! It wasn't me that dropped food on the ground!
The courthouse must be kept clean.
Ugh! Ugh! The dirt on this bench. It smells like some sort of sweet substance.
I can't believe there was someone going around dirtying the courthouse. For shame!
Calm down, Francisca. Now take a good look. Doesn't this smudge look kind of like a handprint to you?
I suppose it could be.
Which means that perhaps we can lift the prints of the person who sullied this bench.
I see. And then we'll know the identity of our mystery slob.
You there, the lab technician. Could you please find out this handprint belongs to? Sir, yes, sir. I've got the results of the fingerprint analysis, sir. And do we know who they belong to? Sir, the fingerprints belong to Detective Gumshoe. Oh, interesting. Good work, officer. Of course, okay.
And there you have it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Now we know the identity of the person who dirtied the bench.
I sense that you and I will be using this information in very different ways. So that window on the other side belongs to the men's restroom.
I can't see it.
At your height, I'm not surprised.
Ugh.
Oh! I guess short people have feelings too. Dang! Ugh.
What's the matter?
I pricked myself on one of this cactus's needles. I didn't think the needles on this thing would be so sharp.
Well, what did you expect? Can you imagine how bad it would be if you were hit on the head by one of these? Anyway, this cactus seems to be unrelated to our case.
Do you really think so? Because I believe that this cactus sitting on the windowsill is completely related. Really? Okay.
Oh? Well, then I look forward to your explanation on how exactly it is related.
Let's do some logic, maybe? Let's see what we have, right? Lobby number 2 window. Scent of flowers. Pink piece of trash made of rubber. Swiss roll plums. Windowsill cactus. To be honest, I don't think we have anything. We can go and examine somewhere else. Like right here.
If it appears that this vending machine sells snacks and other various foods.
Just lovely. What will they think of next?
Don't be a jerk in court like these beef jerks. 1 packet for $9. Defendant's fresh milk. 1/2 pint for $7. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. For $6. They're awfully overpriced.
The lineup is simply awful, period.
Speaking of snacks, I wonder if that Swiss roll the little girl drops from this machine?
I was wondering about that myself.
Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. The end of what?
Well, I assume it means the end of the trial. I suppose this means that one should eat during a recess?
You can't eat during a trial, so I suppose the only time you can eat them is now, huh?
I wouldn't mind if you wanted to eat one now. They come in packs of 2 after all.
We're in the middle of an investigation. Besides, I don't have $6 on me.
If you want, we can pool our money together and buy a snack.
If I had to split it with you, then I don't want it.
When it's looking bad, blind your opposition with some OJ. Are they promoting violence?
Don't worry, my whip will make sure that anybody following this advice won't be for long.
Compared to the sting of a whip, the sting of orange juice may not be so bad. Do we have the logic now? Okay, nice. These bits of chocolate and cake, could they not have come from a Swiss roll?
A Swiss roll? Why would the courthouse sell a thing like that?
It may not seem like the right venue, however, it is being sold right over there.
The vending machine? Ah, I see. Stay neutral as the Swiss do until the end with these. 2 for $6? Talk about expensive.
Leaving the fact that it's on the expensive side aside, the fact that the cake crumbs and chocolate bits were found in this hallway suggests that they came from a Swiss roll that was purchased from this machine. I think I have a pretty clear picture of what happened here now.
Naturally. After all, I'm here, aren't I?
Detective Gumshoe must have sat on this bench as he ate a Swiss roll. And as he ate, he dropped it on the floor and sullied the bench. And now he can levitate the Swiss roll.
Ugh! How could he not have cleaned up after himself? How utterly despicable!
Don't you dare whip me again! It wasn't I who made the mess in the first place! Anyway, if it was indeed Detective Gumshoe who brought the Swiss roll, that creates a rather interesting contradiction of facts.
A contradiction? Where?
I think another look at the special courthouse vending machine is in order. I know what it is. Okay. Is this spot someone connected to the end of the hole? Blah, 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 blah. About Detective Gumshoe's finances, he said that until this morning, he didn't have even a single penny on his personage.
Just how poor is that guy?
If his bonus really was only $5, then he should not have been able to purchase a pack of Swiss rolls. However, facts being as they are, we found cake crumbs on the floor.
Meaning Scruffy must have bought a pack somehow.
Indeed. That detective should not have been able to purchase a pack, and yet he did. The question is, how? Did you find something, officer? I think there's a $5 bill back there. Come on, just a little more.
Is there no one working this crime scene who isn't a total waste of living tissue?
Unfortunately, there doesn't seem to be a single person we can deem useful here. There's a $5 bill back there, of course he did. Have you found any suspicious fingerprints, officer? Nope, just the fingerprints of those involved with the case, sir.
I guess we know all of the players in this case then, huh?
It would appear that way, but I have the nagging feeling that we're missing something. And I suspect that what we're missing is hiding right here in this crime scene somewhere. Trash can! God damn it. This pink rubbery substance. I saw this in a different form earlier today. I believe this is a piece of a popped balloon.
I suppose that's possible.
The balloon probably got a little too close to our friend, the windowsill cactus.
That would be the logical conclusion, yes.
I believe I now have a very firm grasp on what happened here.
Well, I do too.
All right, Francisca, would you care to share what conclusions you've come to?
Why should I do that? We're still in the middle of a competition, you know. We should be checking to see if your conclusions are wrong first, so you go ahead.
It's almost cute that she's going this far to ensure that she wins. Almost. Very well, but first we need to pay His Honor a visit to correct his testimony. September 10th, 5:15 p.m. District Court of Courtroom number 3. And that is actually where we're going to stop for today. Roll the end card.
Objection! You haven't hit like and subscribe yet! Hold it! You forgot to ring the bell to get notified whenever I upload! Take that! Click here to watch more of my videos! Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye-bye!